All right, people. So after last week, I figured let's give another Christmas film a look. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, Netflix have just dropped Best Christmas Ever. This is directed by Mary Lambert and it is written by Charles Shire and Todd Calgi Gallicano. The film is produced by Brad Crevo. It is executive produced by Steve Berman, Brian Borden, Charles Schuyler, Jimmy Townsend, and David M. Wolfe, with line production from John Foss. Jeff Rona handles the music, Graham Robbins, cinematography, while we have got Jeffrey Wolfe on editing duties. Nancy Nayer handled the casting, Diane Millett, production design, Brian Lives, set decoration, and Emerson Alvarez took care of costume design. Hair and makeup, we've got Stephanie Stanford Anderson, Heather Everett Brooke, Megan Danner, Charlize Lopez, Ariel Parker, and Molly Moonan Sanders. So the cast. Brandy Norwood is Jackie Jennings. Her husband, Valentino, is played by Matt Cedeño. She's got a daughter, Beatrix, played by Madison Sky Validum. Right? And her friends, well, there's Rob, her ex, Rob Sanders, he's played by Jason Biggs. His wife, Charlotte, is played by Heather Graham. And, you know, she's also friends with Jackie, but in a weird way. All right. They've got two kids. There is Grant, played by Wyatt Hunt, and his younger sister, Dora, played by Abby Villasmil. We've also got Rose McCarthy, who used to work with Jackie. She is played by Nadia Sine. There's Kaiko, played by Janet Lowe. We've got the Santa guy, played by Paul Kerman. Michelle, played by Camille Caderet. Jim, played by Chase Ramsey. We've also got the bank manager, played by Alan Groves. Right. Yeah, that's probably our main group of people that we see. So the gist is this: every Christmas, without fail, Jackie sends a boastful holiday newsletter that makes her old college friend Charlotte feel like a lump of coal. When a twist of fate lands Charlotte, her husband Rob, and their family on Jackie and husband Valentino's snowy doorstep, just days before Christmas, Charlotte seizes the opportunity to prove that her old friend's perfect life can't possibly be that perfect. But in her overzealous attempt to expose Jackie, Charlotte nearly ruins Christmas for both families and must team up with her old friend to reassemble the pieces. So, yeah, there we go with that one. So, this is it's an odd one for you know, our director, Mary Lambert, is most of her films have been horror related. You know, I've done a lot of music videos. So in 2021, she did do another Christmas film, A Castle for Christmas. You know what I mean? So, yeah, maybe this is her new turn in filmmaking. She's doing cheesy Christmas films, possibly, right? Now, obviously, right, we've got the Hallmark Channel that this type of stuff is their bread and butter. You know what I mean? And for the most part, I think you find most Christmas films to be along this ilk, which people love that. People like that saccharine sweetness, right? That unrealistic like mindset of the characters. But it always feels a bit weird to me, right? Like we start off the whole newsletter thing and the way it's described in the synopsis, right? That Jackie always sends these boastful newsletters. I mean, it's just a newsletter saying all your highlights, but all your good. I mean, 99% of people who would write something like this, who contact their wider friend group or family, I mean, they're not going to talk about the bad things. They're not going to talk about the fails unless a fail leads to this great thing. You know, that's the only way they're talking about that shit, right? And case in point, social media. Not many people put down today was the worst day of my life. Well, some people do that, but it's to get everyone going, oh my God, you're so brave. Oh, you know what I mean? And shit like that. But people don't. So to say it's boastful, I don't know if you would say that, you know? And it's what you take from these things. Like, don't you want to see your friends' wins? You know what I mean? So I think that's a bit weird, but that's like this setup. And where you've got people that are supposedly friends, but it's clear they're not friends. And for someone to have that, the level of kind of hate that Charlotte has for Jackie, you kind of look at it and go, I don't think they were ever friends. You know, it's so bizarre. It really is. You know, and the notion of going to someone's house by mistake is insane, right? That made no sense because they're supposedly going to Charlotte's sister's house. Now, they know where she lives, right? They know how close it is relatively. So okay, this journey should take this amount of time, right? And it's roughly in this direction. So it's not like you could then drive for hours longer and not go, let's pull over. I think we've taken a wrong turn just that whole thing was bizarre. It was a bizarre, you know, um, lead in because there's so many flaws to it, right? So many flaws to it. And then just when they're at the house, it's this weird thing because I'm all about making stuff that can make people happy, right? And it's escapism. That's all fine. But you create characters that are very weird, like the daughter. You've got Beatrix, who is, like at 10, she went to Harvard. Firstly, anyone that would send a 10-year-old to Harvard is an animal, right? That kid is not like you can get, savants that are clever, but putting a kid in an adult setting, they're not made for that. That's going to emotionally stunt them in so many ways. But you've got this kid who's just acting a bit like a shit. And I mean, it's just like, You're wrong. I know this. I know that. I'm a, I'm just like, yo, wouldn't like it's fine. Having an inquisitive child, it's all gravy, man. You know what I mean? Asking questions, I'm down with that. But being rude, you know what I mean? And doing there's certain things that you would have had that conversation, be like, yo, you know what? In this situation, probably it's best to approach it in this way. Because some people might take that out of context. I know what you mean because I love you. I know you. Not everyone will. So maybe try this. And you're like, okay. You know what I mean? So it's very bizarre, that there's no gray area. Everyone's either one or the other, you know? You've got Charlotte jealous of everything, and it just makes it weird. Just makes it weird. There's things that go down, and you think just a conversation, right? Just a conversation. Now you know where it's going. You know where this story is going. It's obvious. It's, just the staple of these films. But yeah, if you like Christmas films, as I said, it will probably work for you. I will say this. Brandy's acting has improved. Now, it's not to say this is an Oscar winning performance or anything like that, but yo, this is leaps and bounds from her days in Moesha. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's yeah, she does a good job there. And I think Jason Biggs, he does a decent enough job as Rob, right? Like Heather Graham, it's not that she's terrible or anything, it's just the role is just horrible. Like the writing isn't the well, it depends how you look at it. For a typical Christmas film, this is fine. But if you were just trying to make a drama, a family film where it's dealing with all of these different it's not good on that level. So yeah, how you want to look at this is how you're going to judge all those elements. The camera work, cinematography, the effects, like it's clear. It's clear they're not in a balloon, right? Just walking down a ladder like that ladder's not staying still, right? You're gonna fall. That's a great like, what are we doing? There's a load of things that are just like, oh, this is insane. But as a Christmas film, the elements will work, right? So if you enjoyed Yule Tide the Knot, which we spoke about last week, I believe. Yeah, I believe that was last week, right? If you enjoyed that, if you enjoyed Mistletoe Ranch, right? Holiday, just any of them Christmas joints. If you like them, then Best Christmas Ever. It's a similar ilk of film, so you will enjoy this. But yes, you have to understand what you're looking for when you're coming in. If Christmas films are you, boom, kick in that door, baby. But if you are more about a drama, something with a bit of substance, it's possibly not the one. But hey, it's on Netflix. So, maybe go take a look.